Welcome guys to the occult. We know that sleep is a vital requirement for us. We also know the effects of going without sleep for a few days. But what would happen if someone went without sleep for a whole month? Any sane person would have the same response, that it's not possible to remain awake for 30 days. When we are sleepy, we automatically doze off after some time, no matter how hard we try to stay awake. Even someone with chronic insomnia falls asleep at a certain point. It's interesting to imagine what would happen if someone really go without sleep for that long. It has obviously never happened with a proof. But there are several stories on the internet that claim that experiments have taken place in the past to find out the effects of long-term sleep deprivation. The most famous among them is the Russian sleep experiment story. According to Russia Beyond, the story originated from a forum challenging users to create the scariest urban legend. The story was posted on Creepypasta on August 10, 2010 by a user named Orange Soda, whose real name is currently unknown. The story recounts an experiment set in a late 1940s Soviet test facility. In this scientific experiment sanctioned by the military, a group of researchers took 5 political prisoners and locked them for 15 days in a sealed gas chamber. The subjects were continually administered an airborne stimulant for keeping them awake for at least 30 days. The prisoners were falsely promised that they would be set free from the prison if they completed the experiment by staying awake for 30 days in the chamber filled with an unknown gas. The prisoners behaved as usual during the first 5 days, talking to each other and whispering to the researchers through the one-way glass, though it was noted that their discussions gradually became darker in subject matter. The conversations were electronically monitored while their behavior was monitored with the help of secret one-way mirrors. It was from the 5th day that things began to change. The prisoners started to show signs of stress. They stopped talking to one another and only whispered into the microphone sometimes. From the 9th day, things became worse. One prisoner began screaming uncontrollably for hours while the other prisoners had no reaction to his screaming. The man screamed for so long that he tore his vocal cords. The man didn't know why he was screaming. He was paralyzed and taken out of chamber. When the second prisoner started screaming, the other prisoners prevented the researchers from looking inside the chamber's one-side window by pasting torn book pages. The screaming, however, stopped suddenly, and then there was eerie silence. A few days passed without the researchers being able to look inside the chamber, during which the chamber was completely silent. The researchers finally used the speakers to announce their decision to open the chamber. But they heard a voice from inside that said they no longer wanted to be free. On the 15th day, the researchers decided to turn off the stimulating gas and reopen the chamber. The subjects did not want the gas to turn off, for fear they would fall asleep. The chamber was opened, but the results were horrific. One of the prisoners was dead, and remaining 3 prisoners were severely injured and mutilated, with their flesh torn off and abdomens ripped open. They also seemed to have eaten their own flesh. They refused to leave the chamber and fought back with the military force and begged the scientists to continue the experiment. They were almost superhuman in their power and even tore off their muscles and bones during the struggle to resist being removed from the chamber. When they were asked why they had done that to themselves, each of them gave the same response, that I must remain awake. Even after being removed from the chamber, the surviving prisoners continued to show extreme strength, incredible resistance to drugs and sedatives, unimaginable ability to remain alive even after lethal injuries, and a desperate desire to remain awake and being given the stimulant gas again. The researchers also discovered that when any subject fell asleep, they instantly died. With 2 of the prisoners being dead, the surviving 3 were treated for their severe injuries and prepared to return to the gas chamber. However, within moments, the EKG monitors revealed that all the subjects were brain dead. Just before the chamber was sealed, another prisoner fell asleep and instantly died. The military commander ordered 3 researchers to be closed inside the chamber alongside the 2 remaining prisoners. One researcher immediately took his gun out and killed the commander and one of the prisoner. Other terrified researchers escaped to other room. With only one surviving prisoner, the researcher who shot the commander desperately asked the last prisoner what he was, to which he smiled and called himself as an inherent evil inside the human mind that is kept in check by the act of sleeping. After a brief pause, the researcher shot the prisoner in the heart, and with his dying breath on the floor, the prisoner muttered his final words so nearly free. This was the Russian sleep experiment. Some people believe that it's just a creepypasta which was posted on a website and became popular. In case you don't know, creepypasta are made-up stories on internet, but some of these stories came out to be true. While on the other hand some people believe that the experiment really took place in the Soviet era. So what do you guys think about this experiment? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.